Several years ago, I was on a plane, and anytime that you're in a situation where you introduce yourself and people don't know you, and you say you're a minister, their reaction to you is always something as if you're maybe a monster from another planet, or it's just as if you're some freak of some kind. But usually people give me one of two responses when I say that. Oh, I have an uncle that's a Baptist preacher, or I'm not really into organized religion. Organized religion has taken a beating really in the last 20 years, and often it deserves it. And I've said that even myself, I'm not really into organized religion. But the truth is that organized religion and historically Christianity has done some great and wonderful things in our life, on our planet, and throughout history. Even though they've done some things that I wouldn't be so proud of, but I want to talk today about the things that I think are great that historically Christianity is responsible for and organized religion does in and of itself. I don't think that we often think about the fact that education in what we think of as the West is a product of Christianity and organized religion. I mean, I could go through a list of things. I could go through a list of colleges and universities here in the United States, and it would surprise you how many of these were started and have their beginnings in what we would think of as organized religion. I'll give you, Harvard was started by the Puritans. Yale was started as a seminary. Princeton was a Presbyterian. Brown was a Baptist school. Dartmouth was an evangelical school that was designed to minister and evangelize the missionaries. Georgetown, of course, that's a Catholic university. Notre Dame is a Catholic university. Duke is a Methodist school. Emory's a Baptist school. University of Chicago is a Baptist school. Wake Forest is a Baptist school. And then I could go on and talk about schools that still, even yet, think of themselves as Christian universities. But education is really a product of what we think of as organized religion, even though they may have strayed far, far away from that. Their origin and their beginning is in what we think of as organized religion. When you think about Christianity, think about this for a moment. Almost all healthcare has its origins, if you will, in Christianity, whether it's here in the United States, whether it's in the mission field. I mean, I could talk about all kinds of hospitals here in the United States, and you know some of them. They have a Baptist on them, or Methodist on them, or Presbyterian on them, and some that you don't even think about were started by what we would think of as churches or religious, organized religion, or those kind of things. And so they've done some great things in the way of healthcare. Think about social services for a moment. Who do you think started orphanages? Who do you think started programs that feed people? All of these kind of things, even though many of them have been taken over by the government, their origin is in Christianity. Their origin is in what we think of as organized religion. Because you see, organized religion has the ability to sustain things when you're not in the mood, or when you run out of money, or when you're no longer excited about it, or when you get some kind of opposition. You see, it's organized religion that helps you maintain that, keeps you going, pushes you forward. So when you think about other things that Christianity has done and organized religion, this is one that I really like, and it is the fact that it gave value to all human beings. All human beings, equal value. And you see, throughout history, not everybody has been valued the same. Even in the Western cultures throughout the world, they haven't always been valued the same. It was Jesus that valued human beings as equal. In fact, his life was surrounded by people that nobody else wanted to have anything to do with. And he saw them as the most important people in his ministry, and even launched the church with fishermen, with carpenters, with people, tax collectors, people that no one else would have much to do with. Jesus was the great equalizer. Something that we don't often think about is the fact that Jesus' teaching on divorce was a way of equalizing women, because throughout history, men have had a history of sort of trading women in as they get older. And Jesus said, this isn't right. You can't do this. And so he equalized, you see, women. And I think Jesus was probably the most liberating influence as far as women of any other person in history, and how Christianity has gotten sort of the rap that it's gotten. I'm not totally sure of that, but you see, Christianity historically has done some great things. Great thing. Think for a moment about art. I just came back from Italy. It's unbelievable what Christianity. Think about architecture. Think about music. Think about all of these different kind of things that Christianity somehow had a great influence on these things. I think about this also in The Great Equalizer. There is nothing that had more influence on abolishing slavery than Christianity, particularly in the United States and through the West. It was the church. John Wesley, we think of him, we think of Wakefield, we think of different figures and characters that really made slavery something that has been abolished throughout the world. Now, I'm not saying that there doesn't exist slavery somewhere, but it's not sanctioned anywhere in the world. And I think Christianity is most responsible for that. Now, the problem has been, when we talk about organized religion, it's made up of people. It's made up of people that can irritate us, can aggravate us, can be human beings. But the truth is, Jesus intended for the church to be the place that we perfected our lives as believers. So those people that tick you off, those things that aggravate you about the church, they were intended to. He didn't mean for you to be able to go to church and never get your feelings hurt. You see, it's where you perfect your Christianity. It's where he intended for you to be able to mature as a believer. Because if we didn't have organized religion, everybody would kind of have their own thing, their own little Jesus to themselves that spoke to them uniquely. Or we would have these huge personalities that told everybody what to do, what to believe, where to go, what to think. And so the organized church, it has a place, man. It does.